Hello, I'm Mark Isbell with Isbell Farms, and today I want to take a little time to show you around the farm and talk to you about sustainability and conservation, which are important to us here at Isbell Farms. We're going to take a little walk down to our eddy flow tower here, which is a joint research project between the Agriculture Research Service and the University of Arkansas that we've hosted here at our farm for 5+ years at this point. But as I walk down to this tower, I want to point out the field in the background, which you notice is completely covered in water. This is water that has been caught through the rain and the most recent snow that is standing over the fields, and throughout the winter it's provided habitat for waterfowl. And we do that throughout the farm. A lot of rice farmers in our region do. And in fact, rice fields provide a significant amount of not just the habitat for migratory waterfowl, but also a lot of their nutrition as well. So we're glad to be able to do that. But the other thing I want to point out about this field is you'll notice that the water is completely across it. But if you were to walk out there, you will notice that the water is only a few inches deep. So what this is what we call zero grade. A number of years ago, we've leveled this field so we can make the most efficient use of our water resources. And this type of irrigation, which we will use after planting and into the growing season, allows us to use probably 50% of the water that you would use in more traditional methods. So this is step one in our conservation journey that we've been on for many generations now. Okay, now we are at the eddy flow tower. Again, this is a project of the University of Arkansas as well as the Agriculture Research Service, and I want to tell you a little bit about what this is doing. This tool here is actively measuring the methane that is coming off of this field, and as the wind blows across the field and picks up what exactly is going on out there, this is multiple times a second shining a laser through this area and using that to determine how much methane is being emitted. And what we've learned over this process over multiple years is that by changing our irrigation practices throughout the growing season, we can reduce the methane emissions from the field over 60%. So we have begun using irrigation methods that take advantage of this and benefit the environment. I want to point out another feature that this tower has, and it's this camera that is attached that takes at least one image every 30 minutes of the field. And you can actually access this on our website at isbellfarms.com by going to the field cam link, and you can watch this throughout the season as we get this field ready for the new season, as we plant it, and then as the crop grows. And in fact, we've done some time-lapse videos over the years of what the crop looks like growing through the season by utilizing the camera here. So we could probably stick one of those in this video here so you can watch an entire season of rice field growth and what happens here on our farm in one short video. Now one of the interesting things we've learned about sustainability throughout the years is how one practice, sustainability conservation practice, that you implement sort of creates the opportunity to do others in the future. And zero grade leading into alternate wetting and drying is one of these. When we get into the growing season, using what we've learned from the research done at these eddy flow towers, we're able to do alternate wetting and drying cycles, which basically lets the soil dry down a certain amount in between different irrigation times. And what this does is allow the bacteria in the soil to change its activity so that the soil then releases less methane. And this is really made more possible for us because of the zero grade that we've done in the past. It makes irrigation a lot more efficient for us. And so what we're always looking for is not what have we done and what are we doing now, but what can we use out of what we've done and figure out what we can do next to take things to the next level. So there are a lot of opportunities for conservation. We feel like agriculture in general and rice farmers more specifically are doing a lot of positive things on this front, and we're happy to be part of that group. Rice farming within the United States has made significant strides over the past 35 plus years. And we've seen water use, in fact, decrease by over 50% for every 100 pounds of rice produced. And we've seen greenhouse gas emissions go down by over 40%. At the same time, we've decreased energy use per 100 pounds of rice produced by over 34%. So I'm taking you now to our solar project where we are producing our electricity for use here on the farm through solar panels. We've got enough there to produce about 30% of our entire needs. And that's more than enough to do the irrigation and the drying for all of our sake rice and a significant amount of our other crop as well. We're maxed out at that location due to grid limitations as far as what we can produce there. Perhaps in the future we can add other capacity elsewhere, but we've been very happy with the results we've seen from our solar project. So we're going to take you to have a look at that and learn a little bit more about that now. We're here at the solar project, and I'm going to take you over to have a look at our panels. We have about 3,000 kilowatts of production capacity here. This serves a little over a third of our total needs. This is the most we can put in this location due to distribution issues with the grid here. This is the maximum we can actually build out at this location. But here are the panels. So if I'm doing my math correctly, at peak capacity you could probably run 3,500 to 4,000 televisions off of this. But for us it's important because it lets us pump our irrigation water and it lets us dry our rice. Now you might ask, how does this work when obviously you need electricity at night and on cloudy days as well? And this works through a process known as net metering rather. And what this allows us to do is, like, for example, right now we're not using much electricity on the farm, but we're producing quite a bit here through these panels. And we're able to put this electricity back into the grid so it goes to customers that do need the electricity at the moment. And we're able to generate credits on our account by doing that. And so in the summertime, when our electricity use is a bit higher, we'll be able to continue producing electricity here, but also pull the excess that we need off of the grid and utilize those credits. This has created a system that works for us and another of other farmers and industries here in Arkansas, and it's been a positive thing. So I've enjoyed having an opportunity to talk to you a bit today about the conservation practices that we do here on our farm. and some of the sustainability steps that we take to make sure our product is a sustainable product for consumers. And I would just tell you, if you are looking to buy rice out there at the grocery store, always look for that grown in the USA label. That tells you that it is a product of the United States, a lot of which comes out of Arkansas here, and we can tell you that there are great steps taken to make sure that that's a very sustainable product for your consumption. So follow along with us this year. We will tell you more about some of the steps we take here on our farm, Isbell Farms. And go ahead and subscribe to our channel, follow our social media below, and we will share the journey with you as we move forward. Thanks. Years where we've seen the use of take two, that we've actually seen. I'm gonna have to try it one more time. Steps, and one more time. Hope you enjoy this. Amount of I'm gonna do this one more time, and this is gonna be it. I lied. I'm gonna do it again. We've seen the emissions. Okay, I need to reset this anyway. Okay, so you get some good bloopers.